here we are again at another point in the timeline of crypto where it's another crash, another dip. And again, like I've said a lot of times, we're in the bear market. There's going to be plenty more down and sideways motion. But what I always find in crypto, and it is funny because I've been in crypto since buying two awful altcoins back in the day that don't exist anymore because they were garbage. But anyway, what you'll find is whatever happens with your altcoins, whatever they are, you go on YouTube and it's as though nothing has happened. All right, you're going to get like people, you know, making the videos about the dips or whatever. But if you have a particular altcoin and you follow someone who only talks about that particular altcoin, whatever it is, could be XRP, Solana, Casper, whatever it is, they will still be bullish. They will still come out with the ridiculous price predictions. They will still say they are buying more of this particular altcoin. But the issue with that is, are you just throwing your money away into a bottomless pit? Because as I showed on the live stream, and I'll put up on the video now some examples from a post on X of multiple coins that over the past 5 years or whatever in the previous bull runs have just kept on going down and down and down. The harsh reality is not all altcoins will ever go back to where they were. So what a lot of people will think is, well, if it just goes back to its all-time high or near its all-time high, I will have 10x, 20x or whatever. And unfortunately, that is the mindset that is just making people consistently lose money. And just even only in this weird subsector of making money, which is crypto, that we are all in, is all sense of logic completely goes out the window. Because the logic is that I believe in this coin and that it's going to change the world, whatever. I mean, it's got to the point that people are so brainwashed in cryptocurrency that you've got people that believe in Hex, Richard Hart, that it's on the third or fourth time that he's asking for money off them to sacrifice their crypto to start another cryptocurrency, when the other two launches have literally just gone all the way down in their coins. And you'll see this over and over again. And I'm not saying that every single altcoin is going to go down, and that's the thing that people grab onto. Well, my altcoin's different. We've seen that it's basically mainly the established altcoins that have been around for years, whether it's Solana, XRP, Tron, that have got the all-time highs again this bull run. Binance Coin, Ethereum, they've all reached all-time high again in the previous bull run, either last year or just before that. But there's so many existing altcoins that have been around for years that started 2021 and have just not got anywhere since then, and they just keep going down. What a lot of people will be better positioned to do is just sit and think for a minute, what can I actually do? If you've got the disposable income to put towards crypto, instead of maybe just dollar cost averaging to oblivion, which is what the majority of people do, maybe sit and think, right, how can I be smart about what I'm doing? A lot of people now are realizing that maybe Bitcoin is the way to go in crypto because of its historical significance with, always going up. ROI, usually 60% a year-ish, depending on how long you extrapolate it. Last 5 years have been pretty good. And then obviously it's more before that, but it is maturing as an asset. What people as well are doing, and I'm going to mention it, is using them in DeFi pools. So the existing crypto they've got, put it in a DeFi pool and generate yield from the existing crypto. Which means if you still believe in it, you don't have to sell it, but you don't have to put any more money in it either. You just yield what you have got. And then guess what? You can just DCA into Bitcoin if you want, or you can DCA into all stable. You can even use stable coins, which I've shown in a previous video, to gain yield. If you want to be in crypto still, you've got to realize that where we are in 2026 is the bear market, the sideways downwards action. But where we are now in the stage of crypto is very different to where we were 4 or 5 years ago, in which that was kind of not the golden years, but that's when we had the proper altcoin season. And the reason we had the proper altcoin season has nothing to do with how the market was structured or anything. It's just the fact, the easiest way to say it is there was just less coins. There was less coins. Everything is just spread thin now. There was less coins and less ways to monetize your crypto then. That's just the basic facts of it. There was less exchanges, there was less apps, there was less projects. And, you know, even now, your nan can literally create a cryptocurrency. Your nan could go on pump.fun, create a coin, and just, you know, market it, and then there you go, another coin in circulation. And depending on what source you look at, there's tens of thousands, some say a million on coin market cap, but it's exponentially a lot larger than it was 4 or 5 years ago, because you couldn't create your coins that easy then. There obviously wasn't AI then. Everything was simpler, and that's why the money was concentrated, even though it was less than this time, more concentrated and more split, and not more split, but more concentrated within these top 100, 200, 300, 400 altcoins, whereas now it is all kind of spread out below the top 100, 200 over all these coins that are just, you know, going into nothing. There's no volume in the majority of them. The liquidity is low, and like I said, the amount of platforms that there are now that hold cryptocurrency, it's just got spread out too thin. And then also you've got the big boys hoovering up the Bitcoin. You've got the ETFs that people are choosing to use, the boomers, of course, rather than having the native exposure of crypto. Plus you've got, you know, taxes that have come in here and there. The way I want to end this video is to say, do not waste your life dollar cost averaging in to coins that are dead. I've done it. I know people that are still doing it. I know people that have done it and left crypto because they've got that, and they've got that frustrated with where it's going. There is still ways, obviously, to monetize your crypto, which I spoke about, the DeFi, the long-term holdings in BTC. But dollar cost averaging in to your favorite altcoin that may or may not be dying is probably not a good idea. Save your money, leave it for now, because if you're dollar cost averaging into something that goes down, you may as well just be buying monopoly money. You're just losing out. But anyway, that's for me today. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe. See you all very soon.